What's up YouTube, welcome to the video. In this video we will learn how we can use vb.net to store, retrieve, update and delete data on Firebase. So let's begin. So first of all we will create a Firebase database. I will type Firebase and then click the first link and click go to console. It is required to sign into your Google account before coming into the Firebase database. So I'm gonna create a new project and I'm gonna name this project Fire English. Then continue. Click continue again. Select default account for Firebase. Create project. So our project is ready. Now we'll click continue again. We will go inside the developer section and here it is written database, and inside the database we will find the real-time database and click create database. Start in test mode and this will create our database. For now we are keeping our browser window open and now it's time to create a new project in the Visual Studio. So we will go inside the file, new and project, and we will select Visual Basic and Windows Form. So here is Visual Basic, .NET Framework and Windows Form. So we will create this type of application and name it VB English and create. So now the project is created. For this app I need some text boxes. So text box and drag it on here, and then we will make the text box fonts a little bigger. So I will change it to 12 and now copy and paste it and do it again. We need 4 text boxes for this project. And now some labels. So we need 4 labels as well, and the font is bigger so we will see clearly. Copy paste, and here we go. Now I'm gonna change the text of these labels. So first is full name, and second is roll number or seat number. Then the third one is grade, and the last one is section. And then we will gonna change the name of these text boxes because we will gonna use it further in our code. So name T box for text box, and the second one as role T box, so we can differentiate between these text boxes. Grade T box and sec T box. Now we need some buttons. So button, copy paste, and these are gonna be our buttons. Go inside the properties and make the text bigger. So these are our 4 buttons. Now the first thing we need is we need the NuGet package. So the NuGet package we are dealing with today is FireSharp. So come into the browse section and search for FireSharp. Install this package which has written .NET Client. Click the install button and OK and I accept. So the FireSharp is installed successfully, and to make sure it is fully installed, check this button. Now instead install, it says uninstall. So the package is successfully installed. Now we will come inside here and I will right click the form and go inside the code. Inside the code I will use some libraries. So for using libraries we say import firesharp.config imports firesharp.response, and the last one is imports firesharp.interface. First of all, we would have to configure the Firebase. So the Firebase would know when we are storing the data. Firebase should be known that we are storing in this particular database. So to configure the Firebase, I will type private firecon would be its name, and as new Firebase config round brackets with curly brackets and authentication secret. We will leave it for now, and base path. So these are the two things we need for the Firebase config, and where we are getting it, we are getting it from the Firebase. So it's like the address of the Firebase. By giving these two things, we are assuring that this is the particular Firebase we are targeting or we want to access. So the base path is here. So click this and copy and paste it over here. So this is our base path. Then go inside the project settings. Here the project settings and service accounts. And here is our database secret. And copy the authentication code by clicking this button. And here is our authentication secret. So our configuration is complete. Now I have to declare a Firebase client. It would do many jobs for us. So we will see in a moment that what is his job. So Firebase client, and now I need an event, which is if you double click your application, it would create the form load event. So inside this load event, I'm gonna put an exception. So try and catch exception. I will clear this out, and in the try section I will write client equals to new firesharp dot firebase client, and I will give out the configuration. So I'm giving out the configuration. This exception would check if the internet connection is working properly or not. So in the catch section I will write the message box as dot show, and inside this we will write there was a problem in the internet connection. Now coming to the real part, which is to insert data through this insert button. So for that I need one more thing, which is to create a new class. So we would come inside the solution explorer and right click this and add class, and it's gonna be called student, and we would create some properties over here because the Firebase the method we are using to store data or anything inside the Firebase, it would take only properties and nothing else, so no fields or no methods, so it would take only the properties. So we would create properties by doing this public property keyword, then the name of the property, which is full name, as string, because we are storing all the things in string. And by the way, Firebase also stores all the data as string. So I'm gonna copy this and paste it out 4 times. So the second property is roll number, the third one is section, grade, and the fourth is section. So these are the 4 properties inside our student class. So now I'm gonna save it and close the class. Now one thing is that I also need to change the name of the buttons. So this is gonna be called insert button, and this the select button. So now I'm gonna double click the insert button and it would open my click event. And inside the click event, I would create a new object of student. So dim std as new student, and I'm gonna initialize all the properties by their text boxes. So name tbox dot text, then roll number equals to roll tbox dot text. Similarly, the grade equals to grade tbox dot text, and finally the section, I forgot the comma, so finally section dot equals to sec tbox dot text. So this is how it goes. Now I would use a method which would send the data to our Firebase through the client. So dim setter equals to client dot set, and inside this we will give the address and the object. So the address is gonna be student list, as we have created the student list, and slash plus the roll number tbox.text, so whatever is written in the roll number section. And the second thing we're gonna give is std, the object we created here. So what we are doing, we have created an object of std with the class student, and we are giving all the information written in the text boxes by the user through the insert button. It would uh, it would pack all the information in this object std and send it to the Firebase at this address. So the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna type a message which would say data stored successfully. So here I will write my name and roll number, grade as 4th and section as B. And now coming to the database, I'm gonna store my data. So the data is stored successfully. Firebase generally stores the database as we do in the Windows. So imagine the student list is a folder, and inside that folder there is another folder which is 15, which is the roll number, and inside that folder these are the files which have saved our information. So why did I choose the roll number as the folder to save all of my information? This is because the roll number is generally unique, and only one student has this roll number of 15 and two students can't have the same roll number. So that's why I stored the all of my information inside the folder named as my roll number. Now coming to the second part, which is select, we would double click it to create its click event, and inside this we would retrieve our data. For that I would write dim res for result equals to client dot get, and inside this I would give the address student list / and the roll number dot text. Now I would create a new object of type student as new student, and in the next line I would say std equals to res dot result as student. So here I am saying that the result I am retrieving from the Firebase, I want it in the form of the student class, so I can store it inside the student object. Now I would save the information we have retrieved inside our text boxes. So name tbox dot text equals to std dot full name. So now we are doing the inverse of what we did in the store section. Sec tbox dot text equals to std dot section, and grade tbox dot text equals to std dot grade. So this is it. Now let's test it out. So I'm gonna write my roll number, which is 15. It should retrieve my data. So select. So my data is retrieved. Now we will go inside the update and the delete button. So inside the update button, I'm just gonna copy all this and paste it out here, and data updated successfully, and here I would change update. So this is it. This is gonna update the data here. So I want to change that. First of all, I would retrieve the data. Then I want to change the section as A and the grade as 5th. Now update the information, and you can see that the information is updated. So data updated successfully. Now to delete the data, this is the simplest task of all. We would create the delete event and copy this up and paste it here and change the get as delete and print the message as data deleted successfully. So it is necessary to write the complete address, or otherwise if you only write this student list, it would delete the entire student list. So let's run the application. Now I would insert another student which I am giving the name Sam and a roll number of 10, grade as 2nd, and section B. So insert, and now I would delete my data from the FireBase database. So 15 and press delete. So all my data is deleted and only the SAM remains. So this is how you insert, select, update and delete data from FireBase using VB.NET. That's in it for the video. Thanks for watching, and if you like the video, press the like button and share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.